Hey everyone, it's Orion. Hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving yesterday. I had a really good time seeing family again for one of the first times in what feels like forever since COVID has been a thing. But today we have a brand new video revolving around what feels like is going to end up being a series on my channel at this point, because this is basically where I go back and review older films that I've never seen before, and it also seems that so far the comedy genre is the one that I've seen more of when it comes to that. Me and my buddies really like watching old comedies together, and it's a great time for every single movie that we've seen. And so today we have a film that I think may be the best one yet in some areas, and that's the comedy called Knocked Up that released back in 2007, starring Seth Rogen, Katherine Heigl, Paul Rudd, and Leslie Mann as the main cast. The cast also extends out to other various actors, including Jason Segel, who I've talked about before in other movie reviews, as far as Forgetting Sarah Marshall, for example, Jay Baruchel, Jonah Hill, Martin Starr, Ellen Tudyk, Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader, and Craig Robinson. The film is also directed by Judd Apatow, who is a famed comedy writer, director, and comedian. Overall, I think all the cast and Apatow as the director are fantastic. I think all of that stuff is really good, especially for a comedy that has a lot of scenes that have emotional beats to it. Rising journalist Allison Scott, played by Katherine Heigl, hits a serious bump in the road after a one-night stand with irresponsible slacker Ben Stone, played by Seth Rogen, and it results in a pregnancy. Rather than raise the baby on her own, she decides to give Ben a chance to prove he is father material. However, he is unsure if he is ready to be a parent, and both wonder if they would be able to be compatible lifetime partners. And right there you have the full plot of the film, which is basically following these two characters as they try to find the right thing in life with this whole situation that came so suddenly out of nowhere. The film brings a lot of good, genuine, and emotional scenes that bring some really good acting from our main cast, including Seth Rogen, who many people would only really think of him as a comedic actor and nothing more, which he isn't, and he can bring the acting in scenes too. He's not just a comedic guy. And again, overall, I think everyone from the cast is great. The story is really good as it goes along. There are many different story plots that all connect together and bring many funny moments throughout. Another one of the older films that I've made a video on, as I just mentioned, if you want to go check it out, I've made a video about it, is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And I think between that film and Knocked Up, those are my two favorite comedies that I've seen so far out of the older films. I think the best way to say this when comparing them is that I think Forgetting Sarah Marshall has some of the better jokes that make me die of laughter, and then Knocked Up is a funnier film that has funny moments almost every other scene. I had said that the first two parts of Forgetting Sarah Marshall were a bit slow and it didn't pick up until the third act, which is why I say what I just said when comparing both of them. Of course, each film does things differently and have different writers and different directors, so each style for those movies do their own thing. As far as criticisms go for the film, I really don't have too many. There were some jokes, there were some jokes that didn't land, but only a few, and I think the rest are pretty much all good. Kristen Wiig is in this film as well, and like I said with Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I just don't know why she is needed to be in the film exactly. Her roles in both movies were just so unnecessary, and because she's only in it for like less than 5 minutes. And another actor would have been fine. Like, I just don't know why it needed to be Kristen Wiig, because, she is great. She's a great actress, but she wasn't needed in any of these scenes, in my personal opinion. And one final criticism that I would levy at the film is that I think the final 30 to 45 minutes take quite literally forever to get going, and it feels so weird in the moment as you are watching it, because it's just like, dude, these scenes are taking forever. And in a way, I feel that speaks to the length of the film. This film could probably have been about 2 hours instead of 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it would have felt much better and more tightened up. And one final thing I will address as a positive for the film is that I have to give praise to this film, is that the fact that it is written, when it comes to the storylines of each character specifically, and when talking more specifically about our main two, this film is written so well when it comes to how it intermingles Seth Rogen's side story of his life and Katherine Heigl's side story and brings them together really nicely. It felt like it gelled really well together when each one connected at points in the film. It was very very good writing and a great screenplay by Judd Apatow. And so to cap off the review, I think ultimately the film very much does hold up for having it be my first time seeing it. It could definitely be a film that is made today and it would still be very funny to the general audience. So finally, to give my verdict to this film, gets a solid 8.5 out of 10. A really solid comedy that I would highly recommend everybody go check out if they haven't seen it yet. And guys, that's going to do it for this review of a film that I just hadn't seen before, and I just wanted to make a review about and kind of bring it back into the limelight because, of course, this is probably a film that not too many people are talking about nowadays, and, I just wanted to do a review on it since it had just been my first time watching it, and, yeah, I really did enjoy this movie. It's a really fun time, really good laughs all around, so, again, I would definitely recommend this movie. So, guys, comment down below. Have you seen this movie before? What did you like about it? Did you not like the movie, or is there something about it that, didn't really sit well with you when it comes to a comedy, or are you somebody who does like this movie and, thinks that ultimately it does hold up nowadays? So that's kind of what I hear. That's kind of what I want to hear about down below in the comments. Let me know. And if you like this review and you like what I'm putting out on the channel right now, please hit that like and subscribe, and I would greatly appreciate that. Share the video, and yeah, guys, I will see you guys all in the next movie review. Peace out, everybody.